Happy Saturday, it's Rena. It's been a while. I've been working a lot more, and that's a good problem to have in these times. But it's also been a lot to manage, and if you're feeling similarly that there's been a lot, I hope that you can find some grounding through this moving practice. I'm in my parents' house where I grew up with my sister and cat, and now I have my current cat here. But I thought I would offer a simple flowing practice today, and this is a rug from Rajasthan, from India, and it's hand woven. I'm just sharing this because I think it's really beautiful, and it has a number of small woven pieces together that are just simple dyed pieces that if you were to unweave it and take out any of this hand sewing that's in it, you might think to yourself, this is maybe a bunch of scraps. But instead, it's made into this really beautiful rug that can support while doing a practice. So I wanted to just offer a simple flow, and I hope that it brings you a little lightness and maybe coming out of the mind a little bit. So I'm just going to get right into it. You can come to stand at the front of a mat or a rug or wherever you are. And relax the throat and the jaw. Ground down through the feet. You can lift the toes. I'm curling up my toes if you want to see that. Widen them. This might take more effort. My left foot is not as dexterous as the right. Just take some time grounding down through the feet. Notice if you sink back with the upper back when you're standing, or are you a forward folder a little bit? Can you find balance? Navel gently draws toward the spine, soften the shoulders down, relax the jaw, inhale through the nose, exhale, stick out the tongue, inhale through the nose, exhale, stick out the tongue, inhale through the nose, exhale, flutter lips. And then inhale, lift the arms. The eyes can stay closed or you can open them. Touch the palms at the top if you like, or you can keep them open. Inhaling and exhale, relax forward all the way, fold forward. Soften the backs of the knees, relax to the tops of the thighs with the chest or belly. Inhale, halfway lift here. You can start to straighten backs of legs if you like. Exhale, relax, fold. Again, gently bending the knees so it feels okay on the hamstrings. Relax the head forward. Ground down through the feet. Lift to stand, arms wider forward and up. Palms touching at the top. And then exhale, eyes softly close if they're open. Palms touching at heart center. Mountain. Breathing in, reach around and up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. You might bend the knees, they might start to be a little more straight. See if you can draw the hands up the shins a little bit here so the shoulder blades are not just round and relaxed forward, but you're using a little activity. The shoulder blades draw down the back, you're strong. Gentle bend in the knees so that there's activity in the thighs, you're not locking. Exhaling next into a forward fold. Ground down through the feet, lift to stand. Power through the fingertips and arms. And exhale, palms touch at your heart center, Tadasana Mountain. One more time, right and flow. Reach around and up. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, half lift. Strong, shoulder blades kiss at the back. Exhale, fold. Ground through feet, strong. The thighs gently draw into each other, strong through arms and fingers. And exhale, palms come to your heart center, Tadasana. We'll add on to this. Breathe in, reach around and up. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back with the left foot all the way. So if this feels like too much right now, you can step that back foot in a little bit. You can also keep the feet a little bit wide, mat distance or floor distance. So you can keep them so that you have a little bit of space between the thighs. Grounding down, knee over the front ankle. And notice, peek back, notice if your heel is kind of tilting inward. Are you pronating? Are you supinating? Can you keep that in alignment, like you're in one long line, squared forward? Reach the arms up, inhaling. And then exhale, release the hands, frame the front foot, step back into a plank pose, drop the knees, tops of feet come to the floor, relax back, child's pose. Notice if you're holding here, can you let go? Come back up onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes, send your seat up and back into a downward dog. You can also stay on hands and knees if you like. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, press through the fingertips. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, flutter the lips or stick out tongue. Just releasing any tension. And then inhale the left leg up and back behind you. Step that left foot between the hands a little over to the left. So you're in a low lunge on the left. Adjust the stance as feels comfortable here. Peek back. Notice how that back heel is looking. See if you can square. Thighs gently draw in as you lift the arms up all the way, breathing in. So you're looking forward. And then exhale, release the hands, framing the front foot, step back to your plank pose or to hands and knees. Lower the knees, send your seat back to the heels, child's pose. Relax. Come back up onto hands and knees, slow and easy. Tucking the toes, send your seat up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up and back behind you. Step the right foot between the hands. Low lunge on the right once more. This time drop the back knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release the hands. Come back up onto hands and knees. Relax, child's pose. Inhaling, coming back to hands and knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Option to stick out tongue. Breathe in. Breathe out. Flutter lips. Inhale. Left leg lifts. Step the left foot between the hands a little over to the left. Low lunge. Drop the back knee down this time. Inhale, lift the arms alongside the ears. So you'll feel some opening in the psoas. Soften the eyes and the sockets. This is called drishti gaze. Release the hands. Frame the front foot. Step back to plank or hands and knees, either way. Lowering the knees. Sending seat back to the heels, child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. You can do the tongue and flutter lips here too. Just don't lick the floor. Couple of rounds. Come back up onto hands and knees. Eyes slow and easy. Trace the floor with the eyes. And then tuck the toes, seat up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stick out tongue. Breathe in. Press through fingers. Breathe out. Flutter lips. Inhale, right leg lifts. And exhale, step the right foot between the hands. This time, step the back foot to meet the front foot. So you're coming into a forward fold. I'll scoot back on camera. And then pause in your forward fold. See how it feels. If you feel dizzy, you can always come into a half fold to start. So your choice. And if you feel okay in the forward fold, grab hold of either elbow gently, And you can rock side to side. Notice if the buttocks and the sits bones are moving back away from the heels. See if you can bring your center of gravity a little bit forward. Relax forward here. And if you're holding the elbows and gently swaying, switch the crossing. Breathing in and out as you feel. And then ground down through the knees here, ground down through the feet, bend the knees. And then lift to stand, slow and easy, arms rise. Bring the palms to touch at your heart center, Tadasana. You can relax the hands alongside of the body here, so you can feel openness. This is called anatomical position here. So relaxing shoulders. Flat head floats on the top of the final cervical vertebrae. So relax. Notice how you feel. Soften the jaw. Standing meditation in this simple practice, so letting the eyes be soft and easy. You can stay standing, you can stay lifted. If you prefer to sit, you can sit in a chair or on the floor. See if you can imagine that your feet are filled and lit with light, any color. Let the 2 feet feel a sensation of energy, of light energy drawing from the ground through the feet, all the way up through each of the pada, the legs, the pillars, all the way. Now imagine through the legs, you're almost tracing your skeletal anatomy here. So imagining now that light uniting in balance at your spine, drawing up through each of the vertebral discs, through that column all the way. Imagining that light behind the eyes, moving upward all the way to top crown of head, almost like that light also has a lift. So while it's grounding you, it's also lifting you tall. And if your shoulders are counter to that sensation, you can soften, relax, or open, whatever feels right to let yourself feel open, but at the same time, soft, and at the same time, strong. Can that light exist? Repaint the light, if you'd like, from base all the way through the legs, uniting at the spine, drawing upward through central column, through top crown of head, all the way upward. Just like you would see one of those lights, those spotlights that they shine up into the sky, almost like it's an unending beam of light. Any sounds that you might hear, just notice them, come back to the light visual, drawing that image one more time if you like inside of you. Almost see if you can feel the heat that usually is combined with a light energy. Soften the teeth apart. And then with eyes open or closed, you can touch the palms to your heart center. And we'll take a short Savasana. So carefully, if your eyes are closed, you can come forward and just come to rest onto the floor. Extending the legs, relaxing backwards. Opening the arms. Notice if you tend to hold tightly toward your arms, can you open them a little bit? Can you create some space here under the armpits, against the sides of the body? So feeling that space. For me, even with the sweat that I've produced a bit, now it's hot in Florida, right? These things are now that sensation of air against that perspiration is an amazing mechanism in the body. And if we can create space to feel that, it can soothe us nourish. Relax the eyeballs as if they're resting in the backs of your sockets. Let the eyelids be soft blankets. And draw the knees now, slowly, one at a time. You can take a stretch first if you want to. Into the chest. Your eyes can still remain closed. You can stay in your Savasana as long as you like. Longer Shavasana 5 to 7 minutes are also really nice to do. Sometimes I start a practice with Shavasana. And you can start to blink the eyes open now if you want to. You can keep them closed. Switch the holding of wrist. You can also widen if you want to here, taking a happy baby before we reactivate. I love to pop my toes. I don't know if that's allowed in the anatomical world, but I do it. It feels good. And then lift the feet up to the sky. Stretch the arms away. Feel active. So this is like your half fold. Remember when we were standing, and see how my buttocks is behind the heels. Can I start to practice even here what that feels like? It takes more core work to do this. It feels more, I can rest into it here, but here, this is where I'm using that activity. And then release the feet. You can roll over slowly to one side. Oh yeah, that's nice. And then press up to sit. Soft but strong as you sit upright. So I like to cross my legs in the opposite way, but now I've gotten in the habit of doing that, that's now become my new normal. Here's a half lotus, half padmasana, Ardha Padmasana. You can take a moment just to thank yourself for practicing. The palms can touch if you like. If there's any intention as you've established some clarity, so you've cleared out some things through the physical and energetic systems, is there anything that you want to offer yourself here? Just blink the eyes open, lift your gaze.